Okay, welcome to the deep dive. You're here because you want to get a solid grasp on things quickly. And, well, that's what we do.
Exactly.
So today, we're diving into wisdom. We're using those excerpts you shared from the Make Your Own Way podcast.
Right, focusing on that source material.
And our mission is pretty straightforward. Pull out the key insights on, becoming wiser so you don't have to sift through everything yourself.
A direct route to the core ideas.
Pretty much. Think of it that way. And it seems Make Your Own Way breaks down cultivating wisdom into several key chunks. So let's jump in.
Let's do it. What's really interesting looking at that source is the stress on wisdom being something you actively cultivate. It's not just something you have.
Totally. It's a process,
Yeah.
right, throughout life.
Yeah.
Continuous engagement.
Yeah, with the world and, importantly, with yourself.
Okay, so the first area they highlight is lifelong learning and reflection. And it's not just about, piling up facts, is it?
No, not at all. It's more about staying open. The source mentions reading widely, sure, but also taking courses, even just having, proper conversations.
Getting different perspectives.
Exactly. Constantly gaining new angles. That builds wisdom.
And the reflection part seems crucial, too. It's not enough just to, absorb stuff.
Definitely not. The source really emphasizes processing your experiences, the good and the bad. They actually point to journaling.
Oh, yeah, as a tool for that.
Yeah, as a powerful tool. It helps you sort of externalize thoughts, spot patterns in how you make decisions.
See where you can, grow wiser.
Precisely. And it mentions reframing mistakes, too.
Right. Not just failures, but chances to learn something. That feels key for developing wisdom over, the long haul.
Absolutely. So that leads into the next pit from the source, cultivating our inner qualities.
Okay, yeah. What does that involve?
Well, self-awareness is huge. Foundational, really.
Mm-hmm.
Understanding your own values, your biases. That's critical for, wise judgment.
And how do you do that? The podcast mention anything specific?
It suggests mindfulness. Becoming more aware, more attuned to your thoughts and emotions without immediately judging them.
Kind of stepping back and observing yourself.
Uh-huh. It helps you see your triggers, your biases, with more clarity.
Interesting. And then there's humility mentioned.
Yeah, knowing your limits, right. Recognizing you don't know everything and being genuinely open to learning from others.
Regardless of who they are, it's about knowing you don't have all the answers.
Which ties straight into emotional intelligence.
Oh, okay. Managing your emotions, understanding others.
Exactly. Being able to navigate social stuff wisely. Empathize. It's all part of it. And underpinning this is the idea of a growth mindset.
Believing you can actually develop these abilities, not just stuck with what you've got.
Yes. That belief fuels the ongoing development.
Makes sense. So wisdom isn't purely internal, though, is it? The source talks about seeking and considering different perspectives.
Oh, definitely. That really stood out. Actively engaging with people who see the world differently, from different backgrounds, different cultures.
To challenge your own assumptions.
Right. Broaden your understanding. And they focus quite a bit on empathy and compassion here.
Trying to see things from someone else's shoes.
Yeah, and not just to be nice, although that's good too. It actually leads to more ethical, more well-rounded decisions, which is, a sign of wisdom.
So you need to be open-minded. Resist those snap judgments.
Crucial. Really consider all sides.
You can't really get the full picture stuck in your own head. Which I guess leads to the next point, learning from others.
Uh-huh. The podcast specifically brings up mentors, seeking advice from people whose wisdom you respect.
Learning from their journey, their experiences.
And not just mentors. It's also about learning from the mistakes and successes of people around you, your peers, colleagues.
Why make the same error if someone else already did that?
Yeah.
Learn from it.
You got it. Accelerate your own growth.
Okay, so you're gathering information, perspectives, learning from others. How do you make sense of it all? The source mentions developing critical thinking.
Yes. And this isn't about arguing necessarily. It's about questioning things.
Not just taking info at face value.
Exactly. Questioning assumptions. Using strong analytical skills to break down complex problems, evaluate information logically.
And I suppose evaluating the ethics of it all, the long-term consequences.
That's a key part of applying critical thinking for wisdom, yes. It's not just analysis for analysis' sake.
Which brings up a really practical point. How does all this theory, actually work day to day? The source touches on practical application.
Right. Stressing that wisdom isn't just theoretical knowledge you keep in your head.
You have to live it.
You have to apply it. Make thoughtful decisions, consider the long-term impact, use sound judgment.
So if you had to boil it down, what's the main takeaway from this source material?
Well, connecting all these threads, Cultivating wisdom seems to be this ongoing, active process. It involves seeking knowledge, yes, but also deep reflection, understanding yourself, understanding others.
Empathy, humility.
Right, and then actually applying all that understanding in how you act, how you navigate the world. Striving for a richer understanding, really.
So the core message seems to be wisdom isn't some endpoint you reach, it's a journey, right? A continuous path.
Exactly, involving all those elements. Learning, reflecting, building inner qualities, seeking perspectives, learning from others, thinking critically.
And putting it into practice,
Yeah,
making sound judgments.
precisely. Gaining that deeper understanding of yourself, other people, and just the complexities of the world.
Okay, and that's our deep dive into wisdom based on those Make Your Own Way podcast excerpts. So maybe a final thought for everyone listening. Considering all these different aspects, the learning, reflection, inner work, perspectives, learning from others, critical thinking, application, which one kind of jumps out at you right now? Which area might you want to explore a bit more in your own life? It's a path, like we said, and hopefully this gives some useful signposts. Thanks for diving deep with us.